What's going on, people? Hope you are all well. So this is more to add on to the T5 series. We saw in the previous video that I'd got the engine out of the Mark IV Golf and got it ready to fit into the T5. In this video, I will be removing the T5 engine, obviously swapping bits and pieces over as required. I did come across a bit of an issue where I'd fitted the engine and it didn't start, and I had to take the engine back out again. I will talk about what this issue was, so it gives people a bit of a heads up when doing this actual engine swap if you are going to be doing a Mark IV Golf PD130. Also got it fired up, and I've made a start on the interior. Let's keep watching. So made a start on the T5 interior. Actually got the seat covers which Ellie bought me for Christmas, so obviously I've got to do the rest of the seat covers. These are by a company called Leather Inn, which found on Facebook, found on eBay actually. Really good quality, wicked stitching, wicked design, very simple to fit the top, and they fit really nicely. So these are definitely a product that I would recommend to anyone. Again, that is Leather Inn, and now found on eBay, again reasonable price as well. So I've got to do the rest of the seats, and there's bits and pieces that I'm going to do, but I will be doing the main thing today, which will be the engine. Just keep watching. So today's job will be to get the front end off, get the engine out, then do the swap on the PD130. As we can see, it's a little bit tight. Again, this was the engine that come with the van. I haven't done anything yet, hence why I want to do the PD130 swap with the turbo, and then make it run so much cleaner and so much smoother, especially with a new clutch and flywheel. So keep following. So I've got a full front end off. Obviously you can see there's no AC, radiator, and that whole front end is off. Just a case of now de-piping everything, removing the connectors. I've got to knock the V-band off the exhaust which connects to the turbo, just so I can move the exhaust out of the way. Once everything is disconnected, obviously I've got to take the front engine mount off and then hoik it out the front, and then it'll be a case of swapping all the parts over onto the new engine and then refitting it. Just keep watching. There it is, the T5 engine is out. I've left a few things in place still, so for the clutch, obviously drive shafts I've left in the hubs. I've just removed them from the bottom ball joints. I'm going to clean up all the area, so like where the surface rust, give it a blow out with the airline, and then possibly give it a little bit of painting as well, just so it looks a little bit cleaner. But there we go, the engine is out. So haven't quite got the engine in as quickly as I planned, mainly just coming across certain difficulties with finding a hole in the sump on the engine that I took out. So obviously I've had to fix that, but on the front what I've actually done is I've painted the front end black. As we can see, the original colour of the van was silver, so this just gives it a little bit more tidiness. Again, covers up some rust, which is a wax oil based paint. So yeah, this is where I'm at after 2 days. Taking a little bit longer than obviously originally planned, but there is no rush for me. So hopefully in the next clip, engine will be in. Just keep following. So the new engine is now ready to fit. Obviously I've got it on the crane. What I've just done in the meantime, just so I've got access to it, is actually fit the clutch slave cylinder. So obviously that is this section here, otherwise it'll be at the top and I won't be able to get to it. I've actually put a PD130 EGR delete, the original engine code itself, which come out of the transporter. So before the A4 engine, which was put in by somebody else, it was a BRR. I was a bit reluctant to know whether the PD130 EGR delete would work, and it does. The holes line up absolutely fine with the BRR inlet manifold, and the little grommet, which is usually a vacuum pipe, has been bunged, and it does sit here. And as we can see at the back, obviously it has got the EGR delete here already. So it's now a case of fitting the engine, obviously getting all the mounts in place, loom, and then firing it up. Just keep watching. So update on the transporter. I had the engine in, didn't run properly. I later found out that for anyone that is doing this swap of doing the Mark IV Golf engine, that this is actually the oil seal on the crank side, so it's actually behind the flywheel. Now what I didn't realize is that when you actually fit one of these, it has to be at top dead center, so this has to be directly at the top, but the engine has to be timed first, so you've got the timing right, and then this goes at top dead center when you actually fit this. A special tool is used to fit this. Obviously, luckily working at Volkswagen, I had the tool readily available. So make sure that obviously you use the special tool, because as we can see here, it has actually broken the seal. Thankfully I had another one kicking about, so I've redone that. But yeah, just a word of warning for anyone that is doing this engine swap, and where you're going to need this replacement crank end seal, to make sure that the engine is timed first, and then you fit this at top dead center. Keep following. Here it is, the van engine is in. We'll start it up. As we can see, it's running very loud, mainly because the hose for the EGR doesn't actually fit, so I've got to get an adapter piece made up. Engine warning light is on mainly because of that EGR delete. So once the hose has been made, which I've spoken to Exeter 3D Printing, which is going to make me a adapter piece that will go around this, and then the hose will clip onto it. Obviously there's a reducer pipe. But there it is, the van, the project van is now running with the PD130 engine. Just got to get a new fan, which is on order, so I'm actually gonna do a slimline fan, which will fit in this space here, as we can see. And that is it. Engine wise, it is completed. Again, done the interior, so the seats are now got the seat covers on by Leather In, I believe they're called, on eBay. Go and check them out. Their product is actually really good. And also started on the inside, which clip is coming up of me taking the interior out. So keep following, and any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So now working on the inside of the vehicle. So it has been carpeted previously, but I am changing all of this. We do have loft insulation, and from working in the back, it is hot in here. So we can see this is the actual what was carpeted before. Over here is the material that I will be using. So it's like a striped carpeted fabric. So this will go on the trim panels here, the separate paneling, and then the rest, so here on the C-pillar and all the infill bits, will be just a straight grey carpeted fabric. And then I will be getting the roof redone, where it will light it up 2 different ways. So yeah, now cracking on with the interior. Keep following. So that's it. That is where we're at with the T5 at the moment. So at least I've now got it running. Next step would be to get the interior sorted. Also try and acquire a M1 crash tested rock and roll bed, which is what the route is that I'm going to go down. And also sort out the paintwork. I want to get some coilovers for it. Obviously we'll get tyres for the wheels. Get some side steps, get a spoiler, get a new stereo, sort out the heaters. So I've still got a long list that I've got to do to this van until it is fully completed to the standard that I want it to be. So keep watching, hit that like and subscribe. Obviously if you have any questions about this engine swap, if you're thinking about doing it, then please just drop me a message and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Peace.